But did you see when Bobby Shmurda was talking about Atlantic buying fake hackers for albums, stuff like that, or record labels doing that?
Bro, I swear on the No Jumper podcast with Flacco, I was saying that. I was like, Atlantic has a fucking, like, I said this speculatively. Atlanta has a team where they create a bunch of proxies or like a bot farm. And they definitely just stream all their albums and make it look as organic as possible.
That's what
he said.
Was saying. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
no, that's a fact. Honestly, that's the greatest investment you can have, because now you don't even have to market your albums or put any investment in, because you just invested in the bot farm and then you just run up all your numbers. And then who honestly gives a fuck if we're only talking about money? Who gives a fuck if it's real people, if you're getting the revenue from YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever?
Eventually, real people start buying into the stuff.
Exactly, because they see the numbers, and then you can market like, oh, YoungBoy sold 100K, like, we gotta check this album out.
That's also why, like, we kind of had this brief conversation earlier off camera, which is like the question of, like, is hip hop dead right now in terms of organic growth, in the sense that a lot of these people that are getting smacked in front of our face constantly, people are not, like, we don't see people that excited about them. It's kind of like you're forced to be excited, and then when they stop getting put in front of your face, you stop hearing about them.
You even forget about them. Yeah. Hip hop is, the whole internet is kind of just getting commercialized. That's what's happening. Like, yeah, the internet was, when was the internet invented? Like 2000s?
I think like the internet space starting to take over. It was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, but then social media took over 2010s.
Shoot, social media, I would say like Instagram is what really ramped everything up. So like 2012, 13.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's when like organic marketing really took over, I'd say, at least. And so I think that, yeah, that was the prime of people who actually knew what they were doing in cultivating a fan base based solely off of their personality, like Uzis, Yachty's, Cardis, etc.
Even circling it back to like Tyler the Creator and Odd Future. It's like early 2010s. Mac Miller too.
Yeah. Utilizing YouTube.
Yeah.
So they are here to stay because they actually had a fan base, whereas now like it's so easily manipulated. And like shit is boring because now the consumers are becoming aware.
Yeah. Because it worked backwards. Kind of like by the time Tyler the Creator got to a mainstream VMA or anything like that, he was huge. Like pretty much everyone knew about him. This was just like, yo, you're out of the loop. But now we're seeing artists start there. Like, why is Sofago on Jimmy Kimmel?
Right.
Like, that's usually, like, there were, like, stepping stones. And then now, it feels like they take them to the top, and they put them where all the organic artists that, over time, built a fan base and kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, would eventually get to. They put them there in the beginning, and then you look at the numbers, and you're like, bro, what? This person doesn't even belong here. What is going on?
Could that be because the internet moves so fast that like before you kind of had to work a record, whereas now a YouTube video, or a music video, if it does well, it's blowing up like 1 million views in the next month, and then already there, like you're meeting the highest level people like Ice Spice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, although Ice Spice did take some time in terms of like, her career.
But she doesn't have that deep of a discography. You know what I mean?
No, she has like 3 songs.
Right.
Yeah, I would say so. But that would...
But I agree with your statements before that.
Yeah, because the way I look at it is, I think it's more so about breaking the artist than thinking about breaking a record. Because if you slowly break the artist, if they eventually get one record, then their older songs will get a bunch of play too. Which is what's happening with Glorilla, which is what happened to Ice Spice with the No Clarity song. Everyone found her through Munch, but they went back and that No Clarity song is getting, I think, several million views. I don't know what it's at right now, but when I checked, it was like at 2 million. And before that, it didn't really have much.